Please be seated. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and graduates, welcome to the very first graduation ceremony of the University of Gibraltar. As you can imagine, this is a very proud moment for us all in so many different ways. The order of ceremony today is contained in the program, which is yours to keep as a memento of the day. But before we start, some housekeeping points. The first one, most importantly, please do remember to keep socially distanced and wear a mask at all times. Secondly, in the event that we need to quickly vacate the premises, there are fire exits located at the ends of the lower atrium where we are now, to my right and left, and both ends of the upper atrium too. And the assembly point is in the car park outside the university main entrance. The keys that precede the procession are our own and unique version of the mace used in other universities. The echo, the key on Gibraltar's own flag, as well as our university motto, knowledge is the key to success. All graduates today will receive not just the degree certificates, but also a lapel key to welcome them to our alumni network. And now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to call upon the University of Gibraltar's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Catherine Bracklida, to open this, our first graduation ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Farr. Let me start by welcoming everybody, both those physically here on campus, as well as those watching via live stream. Today marks our inaugural graduation ceremony, and I am both delighted and honoured to be able to share it with you. Congratulations to all those that are graduating today. You are officially our first graduates, and after today, you will become the first members of our alumni network. We are incredibly proud of you, both of your achievement and just that you're here today, and we are, again, delighted to be able to celebrate it with you. Due to the pandemic, the last few months have been more challenging than we could ever have imagined. But your success today is testament to your commitment, your adaptability, and your resilience. And these are all skills that will ensure you are ready for whatever the future may bring. As you reflect on your experience, we hope that you've enjoyed your time with us. I believe that the University of Gibraltar is special because of its people. We take pride in providing a personal learning experience in which every person matters, and for doing so in a way that supports the building of lasting relationships. You have never been just one more student to us. You have been a valued part of the UniGib community and an integral part of our story as an institution. Remember that when you leave us today to start the next chapter of your lives, you will continue to be a valued part of that UniGib community. The university pin that you will take with you, shaped as one of the keys of Gibraltar and symbolizing our motto, knowledge is the key to success, bonds you to us and serves as a signal to those that meet you that you belong to a growing network of skilled professionals. Please stay in touch, because I cannot wait to see what you achieve next. Thank you.
Our Chancellor, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, Speaker of the House of Commons and a great friend of Gibraltar, very much wished to be with us today, but unfortunately this has not been possible due to lockdown restrictions. He has, however, sent us this recording.
I'm Lindsay Hoyle. I'm the Speaker of the House of Commons. First, I would like to offer my congratulations to everyone who is graduating today. I am so sorry not to be there in person, but I hope to join you in Gibraltar soon. I'm immensely proud of my role as Chancellor of the university, not only because of the positive role that education plays in shaping your personal and professional futures, but also because Gibraltar has always held a special place in my heart. Both I and my father before me have held a long association with the Rock. It is a bastion of stability due to the entrepreneurial spirit and the close-knit can-do community. Today is a momentous day, not just because it celebrates your individual academic success, but for the collective success it also represents for the university. As its inaugural graduation ceremony, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to those who have contributed to this milestone and to those who make this university such a unique proposition. During your time at the university, you've no doubt learned to work hard. You've learned to become better at what you do. And you've also learned some new skills that will inform your practice and shape your careers. But life at university is so much more than hard work and study. It's about the connections that you make and the lifelong friendships that you form. These links will forever bond you to the university and will undoubtedly enrich your professional and personal futures. Finally, to those who are graduating today, I would like to wish you all the very best of luck. Take the experiences that you've gained and use them to inform the new ones. Take the knowledge that you've gained and to use it to transform your life and the lives of those around you. Today is your day, but it is also your tomorrow. Thank you.
Now there follows a recording from our Chief Minister, the Right Honourable Fabian Picardo QC MP, who has again been unable to be with us today, but did very much want to deliver a personal message to all of our students, which now follows.
Let me start by saying a heartfelt congratulations to all those who are graduating today. This award reflects your hard work during what has been and continues to be an extraordinarily challenging year. You've attained this award in the midst of a global health emergency, and this is no mean feat. So I applaud your dedication and your commitment. Your individual achievement forms part of a wider collective accomplishment, as today also marks the university's very first graduation. You are now part of Gibraltar's history too, as our very own higher education institution comes of age, a very proud moment for each and every one of us, the Gibraltarians. I remember planning this university and then officially inaugurating it 5 years ago. In 2015, this institution set out on its journey towards academic excellence by implementing an ambitious program of development. And today I've watched it closely as it's grown in size and in confidence to make its mark both here and internationally. I cannot wait to see what the next 5 years bring. As Gibraltar now faces unprecedented challenges with a looming Brexit and the ongoing pandemic, it's days like these that provide me with the optimism about the future. Optimism that grows because we now have the first of many homegrown university graduates in you who will contribute to finding solutions to the problems and opportunities amongst the challenges that the whole world faces. I will end by simply saying well done to the class of 2020 and all the best for a very bright future.
I now call upon our Vice-Chancellor to read the citation for our University Beacon Professor.
Thank you, Dr. Farr. Professors have a special responsibility to establish themselves as role models within the academic community and to foster excellence amongst colleagues. Beacon professors are unique to the University of Gibraltar, and the title is symbolic of the role that the university expects incumbents to undertake. The image of the Europa Point Lighthouse as a beacon is important, representing as it does the university's mission to spread the light of knowledge, to inspire students, and to illuminate their life paths. As we have 3 ceremonies today, we will be recognizing our 3 Beacon professors individually. In an earlier ceremony, we formally recognized Professor John Cortez, and in a later ceremony, we will recognize Professor David Abulafia. In this ceremony, we would like to formally recognize Professor Clive Finlayson. Professor Clive Finlayson was appointed a Beacon professor in September 2019 in recognition of his outstanding and consistent contribution to Neanderthal research and discoveries. Through his tireless work at the Gorham Cave complex, he and his team have raised Gibraltar's profile across the world. Through his role as director of the university's Institute of Life and Earth Sciences, he has contributed to the impact of the university research globally, and he is also an active ambassador for the university. It gives me great pleasure to have the honour of formally recognising his award of Beacon Professorship today. Professor Finlayson, I invite you to the stage to collect your certificate.
Vice-Chancellor, doctors, graduates, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. It's with great pleasure and a huge sense of pride that I stand here before you to formally receive my appointment as Beacon Professor of the University of Gibraltar. I'm particularly grateful to Professor Catherine Bachelet, Vice-Chancellor, for the encouragement and support which has led to our current coincidence in space and time. When Jesus Christ was rejected by his own people in Nazareth, Luke tells us that he said, "Truly I say to you, no prophet is honored in his country." This honor which I receive today is therefore axiom-breaking, and for this reason holds a special place in my heart. In accepting, I acknowledge that my work is the product of a joint venture, which was catalyzed in my childhood by my father, Thomas, was kept on its rails by a most wonderful being, a friend with whom I've had the luck to have shared the greater part of my life, Geraldine, and whose spark has in the latter part of this expedition been kept refreshed and alive by my son and colleague, Stuart. There have been many other companions in this journey, some I see here today, and they have all contributed and continue to do so in no small measure to this success. Some of you will receive today an award. Congratulations. It's a wonderful achievement which should fill you all and your families with great pride. You have put in the effort and your abilities have shone through. You have developed a level of expertise in your field which the University of Gibraltar now formally recognizes. In a sad world which seems to have embarked on a suicidal path that has been called the death of expertise, you are now flag bearers of rational sense which must overcome that which threatens us into a collapse right back into a dark age. We owe it to Socrates, Galileo, Darwin, and so many other scholars who fought prejudice and whose bravery shaped the world we live in. This universal heritage of scholarship, of which you are now a part, is not to be dismissed lightly. We cannot allow it to be replaced by a free-for-all in which the follower of the latest YouTube video can claim a miraculous enlightenment in a matter of minutes that compares, even overrides, the hours of study that you have put into your degree. In these difficult times, in this crucial point of inflection, this is a wake-up call, and the university must become the standard bearer. I congratulate our Vice-Chancellor on the auspicious choice of date for this ceremony. For today is the eve of the feast of St. Nicholas, patron saint of children and bearer of gifts. We might associate St. Thomas Aquinas with patronage of students and scholarship, but it's also true that St. Nicholas is regarded the patron saint of students in many European countries. After a very difficult year, we are being offered a gift that shines a ray of hope for all of us as we enter the new year. The promise of a COVID-19 vaccine has become a reality. The YouTube club, the social media gurus, and the conspiracy speculators, theories too grand a word for them, seem to have decided that the gift is not worthy of their acceptance. They replace it with nothing, and in the process make all of our lives that much more difficult and complicated. This is why today is that much more important than it has ever been. Today, here, we recognize knowledge and its value. The quest for knowledge has defined our history. Our inventiveness, our ingenuity, and our thirst for knowledge has got us here, along a long and tortuous path across millennia. We came out of a stone age. We penetrated a dark age and into enlightenment. Let us not reverse this path. Let's not lose our way. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I call upon our Vice-Chancellor to read the citation for our honorary doctorand.
Thank you, Dr. Farr. The University of Gibraltar confers the honorary degree, Doctor of the University, on persons whose achievements it wishes to recognise. This award is normally conferred upon persons who uphold values consistent with the mission of the university and who have made a particular and sustained contribution well beyond the normal expectations of their position, and which have had a major and positive impact on the university, the wider community, Gibraltar, or indeed the world. Over the course of today, we will award 2 honorary doctorates, one in an earlier ceremony to Ruth Parasol, and one in this ceremony to Gilbert Lacoudi. Gilbert Lacoudi QC was the first minister in Gibraltar with responsibility for the university. During his time as an elected member of the Gibraltar Parliament, he helped make the University of Gibraltar a reality. Involved in the planning and the implementation of not just the physical, but also the legal, regulatory, and organisational frameworks, Mr. Lacoudi's conviction in the university and willingness to go the extra mile made him the person most directly responsible for the successful opening of the institution on the 15th of September in 2015. After the university had been established, Mr. Lacoudi continued to support, enhance, and protect the university well beyond the normal expectations of his position. It is only fitting, therefore, that the university should recognise the extraordinary contribution made by Mr. Lacoudi to its inception, development, and to its future by awarding him the title Doctor of the University. Mr. Lacoudi, I invite you to come to the stage to collect your award.
Vice Chancellor, honoured guests, students, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you, Catherine, for those very kind and very flattering words. The reality, of course, is that I was just a cog, and I was very, very fortunate to be surrounded by a quite magnificent team that put this together. It wasn't my work, it was their work. The amount of hours, the effort, and the ingenuity of all those that contributed to this leaves me with a great deal of gratitude, and I will be eternally grateful. You all know who you are. I don't have to name each of you individually, but you all know the contribution that you made to make this a reality. And of course, part of that original team was Dr. Darren Farr, who came with me to the ministry at an early stage and literally led me by the hand as we took an idea that we had, converted it into a viable concept, and then it became this reality. I thank each and every one of you, and of course, this recognition today is not a recognition of me, but of all of you who contributed in making the university what it was and what it is today. And we culminated that work in September 2015 with the inauguration of the university. And I say culmination, it wasn't really a culmination, it was just a start. It was a start of a journey, a beautiful journey for this university, which is still in its early years, only 5 years old, but has already come a long way. We have a chancellor, a very eminent chancellor, who we've heard from, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, a great friend of Gibraltar. I met Sir Lindsay in January of this year in the Speaker's office in the House of Commons, and I was very thrilled and excited that he accepted my invitation to become the Chancellor of the University of Gibraltar. We have a very able and experienced Board of Governors led by Albert Langston as its chairman. We have a very eminent academic board. The academic board is not something that we often see or hear about very much, but they are so fundamental to the workings of the university. They are the ones that set the exacting standards for all the courses and all the programs and make sure that the university consistently meets those standards. And we have still a magnificent team of people here in the university, many of whom were part of that original team that led to the inauguration in September 2015. And they're all led by Professor Baklida, Catherine, who I've worked with very closely for a number of years, who joined us after the inauguration, but very, very quickly bought into the vision of what this university is about. She has brought her skill, her experience, and her expertise to create what we now have as the University of Gibraltar, which is a truly great institution for Gibraltar and which has already achieved international recognition in a number of areas. To end, I'd like to say I often wonder what it is that gives me this buzz and this sense of excitement every time I come to this place. And it's not just the beauty of the building. And it all boils down to one thing and one thing alone. And we've already heard mentioned through Dr. Farr and Professor Finlayson, knowledge. And it is in the motto, very much in the motto, that we adopted for the university. This is an institution which imparts and shares knowledge, and nothing can be more important in the world than that. It is through the acquisition and sharing of knowledge that we develop as individuals and we develop as a society. It is through knowledge that we are able to create things, that we are able to grasp the opportunities that we have, as indeed you are grasping those opportunities today. And I join all those others in congratulating our graduates, soon to be graduates of the University of Gibraltar. And it is through knowledge that we aspire to create a better and a fairer world for all of us to live in. And I'm so, so proud and so grateful that the University of Gibraltar is contributing to that. Thank you.
And now we reach the point of the ceremony where our students will be called to receive their degree awards. So I would now like to call upon the head of the School of Marine Science, Dr. Awantha Disanaiki, who will call the successful Masters in Marine Science and Climate Change students to the stage. Dr. Disanaiki.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates. To the MSc Marine Science and Climate Change cohort, class of 2020, you were the first to walk through our doors and to graduate, and we are here to celebrate not only your individual success, but your collective success. This is indeed a momentous occasion for the University and Gibraltar, and you have contributed positively to the growth of this institution. To the families, here and at home, this occasion is as much yours as it is your loved ones, as you have supported them both financially and emotionally over the course of their studies. You embody Gibraltar's can-do attitude as you have juggled work, family life, and an intensive master's program, all during a global pandemic. Every academic journey is different and full of ups and downs, and I'm sure there have been many a late night hearing about flower pots, seagrass, statistics, and Gantt charts. It is fitting as we stand at the entrance of the Mediterranean and the Atlantic and what was once known as a gateway to the New World, and you will embark on with new adventures in a post-COVID world and reflect on your time at the University of Gibraltar with fondness. As the program leader, I'm immensely proud to have embarked on this journey with you, and you not only leave with my respect and friendship, but my very best wishes for your future endeavors. And now, the Order of Graduates, Clive Crisp. Albert Gonzalez. Luisa Hasova. Kenneth Ruiz. And finally, our valedictorian class of 2020, Ivan Hernandez.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to congratulate everyone who has received their awards today through the hard work and dedication. To be recognized for our academic achievements through our efforts is truly an honor. I wish to congratulate my fellow classmates especially. We made it through the finish line in what has been a crazy year full of difficulties, changes, and upheaval, but we overcame. It would have been wonderful to share this moment together as a class, because even though we started at different times, some did this full-time, others part-time, we bonded very quickly, and became a very cohesive group. More than classmates, we also became friends that have helped and supported each other throughout. Our group is very diverse, with ages ranging from the early 20s to the early 60s. Some came fresh out of university, having graduated from their degrees. Others were in semi-retirement, from very professional backgrounds and from countries such as the United Kingdom, Belgium, Cyprus, Slovakia, and of course, Gibraltar. But the one thing that brought us together was a love and a passion for the marine environment, the pursuit of knowledge, a desire to learn, and a deep concern for one of the most pressing issues of our time, climate change. Gibraltar is in a privileged position to study the marine environment and climate change, for not only are we in a fantastic location surrounded by sea, but there is also considerable talent that can contribute to these fields. Even though this class of master's students has been the first to graduate from this pioneering and innovative program, it is a comfort to know that we won't be the last. And it is my hope that these fields continue to grow at this university, maintaining the highest of standards held up to now. Being here today wouldn't be possible without our professors, Dr. Farr, Dr. Dissenaike, and Dr. Alvarez, who have done an incredible job with us. From a personal perspective, not only has this been the best educational experience of my life, but it has also been one of intense personal growth. We have been challenged and stretched, but also very much supported and encouraged. At the start of this journey, Dr. Dissenaike told us that marine science is not rocket science, it's harder, and he wasn't wrong. I hope you are as proud of us as we are of having you as our mentors. I never got to go to my degree graduation ceremony, so this occasion is special for me, but even more so because it is the first graduation ceremony of this university, so I would like to thank everyone who has made this possible. I am very happy that we made it to this point, but also sad that this incredible journey has come to an end, so it's a bit bittersweet. But I do hope that our paths cross again and that this university continues to grow from strength to strength. Thank you very much.
Down a bit. So I now call upon our Vice-Chancellor to make her closing remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Farr. As our ceremony draws to a close, I would once again like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to those graduating today. Each one of you has worked hard to get here, and I applaud your dedication and also your resilience. Enjoy your day and build on the connections that you have made. I would also like to thank both the Chancellor and our Chief Minister for their recorded messages, and for joining the University on this unique and very special occasion, our distinguished guests, and of course, most important, families of our graduates. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone who has contributed to making today's event a success, in spite of the backdrop of a global pandemic. Again, my heartfelt thanks. And finally, please stay in touch. Remember, you will forever be part of the UniGib community. Thank you.
So we can kindly all be upstanding until the procession has left. And subsequently, please remain where you are, those who are not in the procession, obviously, until you're asked to move on by the ushers. Thank you all very much.
Amen.